First and foremost, all these clones of Pancake, I am not chasing. The ones that are just straight forks of Pancake, I'm just not chasing them.
Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. Shoo! Oh man, it's finally over. CME Bitcoin Futures expired. We had 16,000 outflow on the F2Pool, and the price hit 44K overnight. So with that being said, all the way up. So hopefully we're free, at least until next month when this whole thing repeats again. Yeah, those dang futures, man. Stupid futures. But anyways, so there's some bargains out there in the market. It's a good time to scoop some stuff up cheap if you've got some stables sitting around. And not much to say. I think BTC, expect rockiness over the weekend. You know, I always ignore. I tend to never trade on the weekend. You know, that can be weak hands, and you know, you can get flushed out with weird volume. But with that being said, I think it's positive. Bitcoin held up, considering. You know, what do I think we're gonna do now? I think we're legging into the 60s personally in the next next 2 weeks. I think it's quite possible. So I want to talk about these farms on another subject. Okay, I know I'm posting a lot of projects, a lot of farms. First and foremost, all these clones of Pancake, I am not chasing. The ones that are just straight forks of Pancake, I'm just not chasing them. You know, this whole thing, and launch it, the coin moons, and then you get super wrecked in the degen pool. You know, first, I stay out of the degen pools. Now, you're gonna say, well, I got in the value DeFi degen pool. If you got in the value DeFi, you freaking made a knot. Congratulations. That one has done exceptionally well, and you stacked some gains. But there's definitely higher risk in being in the primary pools. So if you don't understand what a primary pool that is, what I mean is whatever token the platform, if it's Pancake, it's Cake. If it's value DeFi, it's VB Swap. So if you're staking 50-50 of the primary token and another one, that is called the degen pool, okay? Now, based on my risk tolerance, I usually don't get in the degen pools, period. I'd rather just stake BNB, BUSD in some of these pools and, you know, and sell yield. Because ultimately, everyone goes back to BNB. So remember that. Everyone's goal is more BNB. And I've just seen too many people lose massive amounts of money when the primary token drops. And here's the thing. If you get in that degen pool, you know, you're rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice because you don't know every morning, you know, if you're going to wake up and that token's just been completely crushed, you know. So with that being said, again, you know, people are like, what are you doing in soup? What are you doing in this? You know, you have to decide for yourself. If you get into the pool, whether or not you're going to stay in the pool. I'm not going to tell you that. I just tell you what I do, what I get in. I can't document every single move, you know, but in general, here's what I can tell you happens in a lot of pools. In a lot of pools, the price starts out low. It moons quickly within the first 24 hours. Then it has a sudden drop. People panic sell. And then the TVL comes in, and then the token moves up again. And then you know you're 72, 96 hours out. It's a roll of the dice if it's gonna collapse or not. You know, so that's typically what happens on these clones of farms. Farmers are ruthless, you know. So unless they think that there's possibility for a super moon, you know, then you know it's just risky. It is just risky. So, you know, if you get in and it's not working, I'm not saying, typically it's bad on the first drop, the first price drop. This is what I've noticed. The first price drop of a primary token on a new farm is usually not the time to get out, because as soon as you sell, it remoons. Okay, we'll put that rule out there. But you know, you just have to be careful with these, and remember, you always want to have risk tolerance. The way people lose money is they don't mitigate risk. It's okay to take risk, but you have to mitigate your downside, you know? So, you know, like I said, I put out a lot of projects. You know, if it's not working after 96, like I would say, if it's not working after 72 hours, I usually pull out, you know, or something with a better APY comes, I'll jump out and I'll move on to the next APY, you know? I did that on Value DeFi. I wish I would have stayed a little longer in Value DeFi, because I probably made a good solid $5 on that one, but you know, it was doing well. 1 inch, if you got into the 1 inch, you know, I made the call at $4.30. It's up to $5. You know, quality projects that move from ETH to Binance Chain usually do well initially as the TVL comes in. All these forks and stuff, I'm telling you what, you might as well spin a roulette wheel, because it's about the same thing, you know, with that. In other news, I know everyone's talking about Matic. You know, ultimately, quick swap and stuff, it doesn't hurt to have little Matic bags, but you know, ultimately it is a synthetic parallel chain. It's the same concept. You bridge your assets over and then you start trading, and then the farms appear. So that's what you're probably going to see on the, you know, the Matic side. But I'll caution you, I saw this with HoneySwap. HoneySwap did really well in the beginning, and then it kind of took a dump. But yeah. So I don't know. I might play around with it a little bit, but I'm not moving a bunch of my like primary assets over to Matic. I don't want to mess with it. But in other news, OKS is set to have a big announcement. I'm not really sure what it is. Oikos. I still got my bag on that. Not saying buy it, but you know, if you still got your bag, then I'm holding on to mine. So we'll see what happens. I know there was frustration with the Tron network, and who knows what they've got planned. But let's see, man, there's just so much going on. It's just hard to get it all down, but I'll cut it at that. We made it through the Bitcoin dump, and it looks like we're legging up. So like, subscribe. As always, this is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.